everybody, I'm Lynn. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day today. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can prune an Epiphyllum cactus. Now I've had this cactus many years. As you can see, it is very big and huge, and every spring it produces the most beautiful huge red flowers that they're truly breathtaking. But it's been a number of years since I've given it a prune, and I've been putting it off thinking, oh no, but I thought this would be a great opportunity now to give it a bit of a cutback before it starts to come into bud for the spring. And I thought I'd do a video to show you how it's done. Now before you start, you need to make sure you have some really sharp, some good secateurs pruning scissors here. And to sterilise them, I always use boiling water, as I find it's the best method. Now you might wonder why this plant is looking a little bit red. Well, I keep it in my conservatory and it gets sunshine all day and it gives it a lovely red tint to it. Epiphyllums, if you keep them in bright sunlight, they tend to go red with a red tint. If you put them in shade, they go darker. But it doesn't seem to affect the flowering as long as they get plenty of sunshine. So right then, let's get going. Time to give this big boy a haircut. Now this one here is a very long straggy piece, so we're going to start by cutting this piece off. Look at that. And what you always do is you always cut back from the base of the origin. As you can see, this spindly stem here comes from this here, so I'm going to cut right down to the base and then there you go. Now on this occasion, the actual main stem here has actually grown quite spindly and unhealthy looking, but the side shoot here is actually nice and healthy and plump. So what I'm going to do, instead of cutting it right down to the very base, is I'm actually going to cut it just here where it starts to shoot out into the healthy base. Cut right across there. There you go. Now it's another spindly long stem, so again I'm going to cut this one right down to the base of the origin, which is here, and then so they can be pretty tough when they're old shoots like this one. Yee! And then now this is the long spindly bit here. Now it's actually quite healthy at the end, so if you have any healthy bits when you're trimming the epiphyllum, you can always keep them and use them as cuttings for later on. So I'm going to do a separate video on cuttings later. Now this one here, this stem, there's 3 healthy shoots, but this one here is very spindly and not healthy. So again I'm going to cut it right down to the origin here. And there you go. Now this stem here is, on this side this is a nice healthy piece, but this one here just goes very long and spindly. So I'm going to cut this back right here, and then a little bit snip, like so. Now this one here, big another long spindly one, right from the base and getting right down to the very base. Right to the top. Snip straight off. Now in this case, with this branch here, as you can see, it's died off here, just like straw. And because it's died off there, it's sent out another shoot, which is nice and healthy looking. So rather than cut the whole thing back from the bottom, I'm just going to trim it here, right there. Whoops, ooh. There you go. And you can see there, and it will send out another shoot from there too. Obviously this one again, another unsightly, straggly piece here that needs cutting. So in this case I'm going to cut right down to the base of origin again. You see, now when you're cutting it, because obviously there's a lot of stems very close together, make sure that when you get the secateurs in, you get as close to the base as possible and away, so you're not cutting any other stems, and then quick, like so. Now where I've cut this piece here, there's a nice healthy piece at the end, so I'm going to also use this as a cut-in as well, which will be great. Another one here to be trimmed, and as I said earlier, just go straight to the point of the base as you can, and a quick sharp cut, like so. Now, with these two here, you can see that stem's been damaged, and this one here is okay, just needs a bit of a, when it's watered, it'll fatten up again. But they normally, obviously, they'd always recommend cutting right down back to the base normally. But personally, from my experience, when I do trim these plants, I find I have no trouble. As long as I cut it, say, like right across, it will send out a shoot at the sides there. And because this is an established plant, I don't really want to cut it all back down to the base because I don't think it's necessary with some of these. And that's it, pretty much that's it now. Trimming them all back as much as I can. As I said, it's really up to you how much you want to trim down your epiphyllum. You might want to trim it back more, but I like this all with the lovely stems, and I've cut back all the unhealthy ones, and I've kept a few that are healthy also for cuttings too. So I hope you found the video useful. If you liked the video, please give it a like for me, and if you haven't done already, please do subscribe. Send you loads of love and happiness as always from Ireland, and until the next video.